Hello, wonderful people. I'm going to change from what I usually do. I thought I'd start posting some pickup videos because I'd like people ask me about my hobbies every now and then. And those of you who are regular watch my channel, you know I'm a big gamer, and I've been since 1978. And but I also have other interests, music and science. I also play guitar, but I'm going to do that a separate video on that at some point. Yeah, I volunteer in a charity shop, and as a result, sometimes I pick up things that are very cheaply. And today I actually got some very interesting pickups, to say the least. And so I go into it. Well, I'm going to start off with a bit of music, and I've come across these four vinyl LPs to start off. And here's the first one. It's Blondie. I think it's the first album. It's got Ripper to Shreds on it anyway. But yeah, no way these albums are the albums I get funny looks off my other metalhead friends. But yeah, I managed to get this for 50p, Blondie's first album, as well as this, Eat to the Beat, also by Blondie, again the full album on vinyl in very good clean condition. All these albums, by the way, cost me 50p. And so what? Again, Parallel Lines by Blondie, one of the later ones. This is about the time when I started getting flack, I believe, because I was moving away from the punk thing. There are Parallel Lines. And then there's this one. Adam and the Ants, Kings of the World Frontier. Again, another band that people surprised I do actually like, and I did actually like them at school, so up yours to all those at school. I thought I was just into heavy metal. And picked on me a lot as a result of it. So yeah, I got these four albums, £2 for the lot. Very pleased about that. I'll give them a listen at some point. No, oh good, my battery's charged for the expansion. Okay then, so moving on to science. I got this today for £2. It's a proper microscope. I will be doing an unboxing of this. If you just keep on watching this video, and I do apologise for the lighting. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But yeah, I'll be unboxing this. It claims to be a full microscope set, but being as it was donated to a charity shop, I'm not 100% sure all the pieces are with it. But this honey little baby cost me £2, would you believe it? Which is very cheap for a microscope, especially from this era. So yeah, I shall be doing an unboxing on that shortly, along with this next science equipment. And it's a microscope and telescope set. I do know there are some bits missing from this. It is a better telescope than what I've actually used at the moment, because I do like to look at the moon occasionally. This cost me £4. Again, as far as I'm concerned, a bargain, despite one or two pieces missing. And this has also got a microscope in it. I don't know what quality that microscope is, and there's a nice picture on the back of a kid looking into the microscope directly at the sun with a big X showing the picture. But yeah, sometimes kids can be stupid like that. But yeah, this telescope is a little bit stronger. Oh, this microscope requires batteries, and that shouldn't be that much of a problem. Unless of course they've left the batteries in and they have a tendency to Road, and we get that a lot in the charity shop that I volunteer at. And now, not so much a pick up. It is kind of a pick up thing, this, getting into gaming, but it isn't, and you're about to find out why. It's also going to serve as a public service announcement. So, right, people in the UK, I know you think you're doing a nice thing by donating your games to a charity shop for us to sell, but there's one problem. It's illegal to sell pirated games, and some companies will jump on your throat, like Nintendo, if you just give away games like this. I'm not going to go into details. Those of you who are gamers know exactly what I mean by this. But and there's a real I can't wait to get to the I swear to God, I just died laughing the moment I saw this. But we're going to get to that one slowly. But yeah, there seem to be mostly PlayStation 1 games, and I have got a chipped PlayStation 1 game here. And I'm not sure what games are in this. It could be illegal me owning them, I don't know. So if the police want to come round and collect them, well, they can. I'm not going to be that big a deal, make that big a deal off it. I certainly do not think piracy is acceptable. But let's have a look at these games that I've picked up. And the first one is, South Park. Right, because I think the South Park games on the PlayStation 2 were released on a DVD format, so I'm going to assume that that's one of the PlayStation 1 South Park games. Let's have a look at this one. Knockout Kings 2000. Right, that's either going to be a PlayStation 2 game and PlayStation 1 game. I'm going to hazard a guess at a PlayStation 1 game, being as that is also on the CD. And the next one is The World Is Not Enough, the 007 game. Not a game I'm particularly interested in, but yeah, as you can see, 100% pirated copy. Again, guys, why do people think a charity shop is going to be legally allowed to sell these? I don't know, but here we go. Right, I'm assuming this is a CD. Crash Bandicoot Warped. Yeah, I think, wasn't that the third PlayStation 1 game? Oh, that's peculiar. What are those marks? It's definitely a CD, but there's some really peculiar lines on that are actually... I don't know, that must be the label, because I've actually printed off a proper label for this. As you can see, that's not a PlayStation 1 game. I think Warped was a PlayStation 1 game, anyway, might not be. But, oh, there's 2 discs in this. Oh yeah, that explains those lines. Just there. And Metal Gear Solid 1, I've got the original of that, thank God. So that's going to go into the bin, and to make sure no one picks it up, I'm going to probably scratch the hell out of the discs. Okay then, again another PlayStation 1 game, Tomorrow Never Dies. Again, another Bond toy movie. Dino Crisis. Oh, you can't really mind about that. There you have it. And I've already got this. but I think everyone who agrees actually played this. Roll Cage is a very cool game. It's got its flaws, but it is a very cool PlayStation 1 game. And again, something else I'm glad I've already got the original to this, Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1, the very first game. I don't think anyone's going to complain about judge anyone for having a copy of that. And Blind Lava Cricket. Can't stand cricket, fuck that. Right. Oh, Medieval. Interesting. The first Medieval game in there. I believe there was a sequel to it. Maybe there wasn't, I don't know. I'm sure those of you can correct me. Oh, is this correct? So, oh god, I hate these sleeves. Right, Dino Crisis 2. Put that there. Right, down to the last two discs now, and all this has got written on it is Star Wars. Now I hope it's something like Dark Forces. It could as well be just looking at how much is actually burnt on this. That could well be the Phantom Menace game, which on the whole it's not great, but it's okay, I guess. Right, and now the final one. Now, the moment I saw this, I had to laugh. Now, I should point out, I didn't pay for any of these games. They just allowed me to take them home. But this one, I'm not a football game fan, but the moment I saw the cover on this, I thought, you know what, this is one of those moments where I'm just going to show you. Oh, I don't know if you can see this here. That just there. Game Station with a very ripped off PlayStation logo right there. Soldier Boy, I'm looking at you, dude. Seriously. Well, knockoff of the century. And what gets, and you know, this is obviously created for some knockoff console from Indonesia or some part of Asia or something like that. I don't know, but they printed it very professionally. So I'm going to try and put that in my PlayStation 1 at some point just to see if it works. But yeah, that right there, that just made me laugh. So yeah, that's all my pickups for this week out the way. I'm now going to go on to the unboxing of the telescope and the microscopes. So I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I'm going to have to do a quick recap on this, because when I went to edit the video, it turns out that this section they've actually recorded and I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, these are the two big pickup parts from earlier in the video. I'm just now going to have to go through everything roughly again. As you can see, this is the telescope set, and you got various pieces of equipment. Where's the screwdriver gone for that? There's a screwdriver with it, and most of the parts in it were okay. Yeah, we've got some glass sides there for this, a petri dish so you can grow your own bacteria, incubator and hatchery just in case you want to accidentally fill your home with all kind of insectal pests, a lens for the telescope, and the telescope, as you can see there, a little bit better than the one I've got. I'll go into that, talking about that a little bit later in the video. It's already been filmed, and as you can see, very basic scalpel, not overly sharp by the looks of it, and a spatula and stuff. I did take the battery cover off the microscope, and although it's
Looks in very good condition on the whole. As you can see, there's quite a bit of corrosion on that battery, and judging by the looks of the batteries, they're an old mate that they don't even make anymore, and it's probably been stuck in this microscope for a long time. Although on that side it doesn't look too bad. Sometimes if you can get enough of the corrosion off, you can get it working properly and prevent it from corroding any further. Although usually when it's got corrosion this bad, even if you clean it off, it usually ends up carrying on corroding. But I have got that different microscope over there. In fact, well, I remember, I'm just going to pop this battery out. I don't want to touch it with my fingers because as you can see, I don't want none of that shit on my hands. Fuck me. Right, and oh yeah, you've also got this little slide you can look out of a Camel Rabbit. That's it, get the camera. Camel Rabbit, goose and sheep hair to look at. Spare lights, a couple of oils there. And well, no, as you can see, there's a microscope. I'll just put that back in there. Now, I'm going to go into, as I say, I did try and film this unboxing, and I've already done it, but it didn't record properly, so it has technically been unboxed. But normally I would ignore it and just miss out a bit, but there's some very concerning things. Oh my god, there is something in that one. Oh, well, that's something else. Now then, the microscope itself is a lot more professional than the one that's in that one. It looks in very good condition, and I can't wait to use it when I get round to it. Now, this is a bit concerned that I might actually say this is a microscope set from some point in the late 60s, early 70s. As you see, you've got various tools here, and some of you might be thinking, well, what's that for in the microscope set? Believe me, you're not going to believe it, because I could not believe some of the stuff that is actually in this. And as I said in the first take of this video, it's a good job that I bought this, because I'm pretty sure, because this was actually put in the children's section, understandably, in the education part. But when I go through some of the stuff that's in this, I think you'll agree that if they did actually sell this to a child nowadays, that parent would probably would have come bursting back into the shop, creating all kinds of hell. Because some of the stuff in this is actually shocking, and you forget how different the laws are nowadays to what they were back, you know, about 60 years ago, something like that. For, well, I don't know, 50 years ago, something along those lines. And there's like test tubes, disc diaphragm, bloody hell. Right, a spring clip, spare sides, slide covers, instruction set and all that stuff. Now, this is where it starts getting a bit concerned. Now, I didn't actually notice there was anything in this. I thought it was just an empty... This bit actually looks like there's some sort of worm or something in it. I don't know. I'm going to put that back, because the liquid that is in that is some kind of formaldehyde solution, and I find it very difficult. It's got... Okay, I'm not quite sure what that is. It doesn't actually say. It might be mention it in there, but this when I saw this, I could not believe it. It's like, what the fuck? What the hell, man? And I don't know if you can make that out just there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have got 2 dead frogs to dissect. Yes, that's right. I have got 2 real dead animals to dissect. And that's not something I'm particularly interested in doing. Okay then. Now, some other disconcerting stuff. Okay, so you're just gonna. Now, the majority of what's in these vials here, are actually quite harmless. This one just had alcohol in it, and it seems to be empty. So I hope to God, no one's been mixing that into a drink. It's not the same kind of alcohol. Actually, that should be over in here, I think. So we'll put those in there. Right, so what we've basically got here is we've got brine shrimp eggs, Japanese plankton, a honeybee, and a Japanese fish scale. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing really out of the ordinary, although I should point out, please do not go about killing bees for your science collection. We are got a shortage for bees today, and they do the world a hell of a lot more good than harm. And just move on here. Now this is where it gets really concerning, because there's some very peculiar chemicals in this, and I'm pretty sure a shop like a charity shop would not be allowed to sell them. Right, so there, as you can see there, it's just basic sea salt, alcohol. I'm not quite sure what this is. Actually, it says on there it's dangerous. It's very poisonous. Again, if swallowed, do not induce vomiting, and even the vapour of it is harmful. And that's Canadian balsam. In this vial we got methylene blue, which isn't really. Oh, hold on. Keep out of reach of small children. I'm not sure what the toxicity of that is, to be honest. Now this one, I know for a fact, is very dangerous in the wrong hands. In fact, is there any left in that? No, again, that just looks empty. Probably for the best. It's not something I wanted. But that, I mean, Jesus Christ, a frog. I've got 2 dead fucking frogs. What crazy ass shit is this? Anyway, I'm now going to stop filming this now, and there's another part coming up, so don't worry about it. It's not video over yet. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, so an update on that Prinz microscope set. That lens that fell out actually isn't an issue. It just hadn't been slotted in properly. I've put it back in and it seems to be fine. Nothing wrong with it. I just need to be a bit more careful when pulling the box away, because as you saw, all those slides fell out, but they're all fine. I'm going to have to give them a good clean down now, because they're going to be covered in fingerprints. I really don't advise touching those kinds of slides without wearing gloves or something like that, because they will contaminate the way things look. And I've just finished putting the telescope together. Unfortunately, we wasted time me testing it out properly at this moment, purely because of the fact being England, we've got overcast skies, and according to the weather, we're not going to have anything clear for a couple of days, which is a pity, because there are some very interesting things, and there are a couple of planets in view at the moment, so I wanted to have a good look at. But It is definitely a better telescope than what I've got at the moment, so I should be able to get a better look at the moon. Which, if you haven't looked at through a telescope, a decent telescope, I really do recommend, because you've got all these features on the moon that you hear about them, but until you've actually seen them for yourself, you do not understand how breathtaking some of them are. The craters are really interesting. In fact, there's some craters right around the edge of the outline of the moon, and you can actually see that they are actually like mountain peaks, and it really is quite astonishing to look at. So yeah, so I paid £6 for both of these. That's £6 together. I paid £4 for one and £2 for the other. I think I've done pretty well out of there. I'm going to have to see about cleaning that microscope up. I'll probably do a separate video of that. I'm going to have to cut that short here because this battery is about to die on me. So yeah, on the whole, I'm actually quite pleased with that. Very pleased with the microscope set, although I wasn't expecting to find 2 dead frogs in a jar waiting to be dissected, but different times, I think. I'm personally, I haven't looked at that. I mean, I put them in the children's section, but I don't think they opened it up and checked, and I'm going to have to mention it to the boss tomorrow to actually start checking that, because there's no way in the world that will be legally allowed to sell that to children. But even though they did put it in the children's section, because there's a proper scalpel in there. It's not like the scalpel in the telescope set, it's a proper surgical scalpel, and I'm really sure you don't want kids of that. And also with some of the poisonous stuff that's in there, and believe me, one of the things in there is very, very, very poisonous. They would not be allowed to sell that to kids today. But oh yeah, that's why the slides fell out. I forgot about the plastic sheet. And these, right. Wow, it was before metric as well by the looks of it. So, you know, we're definitely talking late 60s and pre-September 71, maybe 72. I'm not 100% sure. Can't quite remember when we changed over to decimal, because I'd only just been born, or it was just before. But as I said, yeah, this is a bit of a disappointment, but I'll see if I can do anything about that. I'm going to get that other battery out just in case, or even though that side doesn't actually look to have been affected. They're looking at these batteries, I mean, I'm sure they've been in there since fucking day one. They really are that bad, and I'm surprised the corrosion is not worse on that spring there. So yeah, I'll do a separate video actually testing these videos out. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm sure this has made a change from typical gaming for a lot of you guys, and I'm sure some of you have actually found some of these other hobbies that I actually have quite interesting. And even some of my close friends don't even know about. I'm into all this stuff. But yeah, 2 dead frogs. I've been told 2 dead frogs. I can't believe that. So yeah, if you like what you watch, then click like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I'm going to start doing the 1080p version of The Last Guardian playthrough, and I hope you watch that. So until then, I'll see you later. This is me, Merita, calling it a day for now. Ta-ra!